Welcome back to Craig's cabin. Today we're going to be pickling some magnolia petals. Magnolia. Let's jump into the video. So we're going to pickle some magnolia petals today. First things first, we want to get the heat on, a nice little pan on, and we want to put 150 ml of vinegar on the heat. And while we do that, we want to get 50 grams of sugar. Now the vinegar we want to use is white vinegar, like a rice vinegar. This time I'm using cider vinegar. So I want to get all this sugar in there, like so. And then we want to get half a teaspoon of salt. Put that in there. Give that a little mix. I let it go on a low heat. Just until the salt and sugar have dissolved. So on to the next step. We've got here about 80 grams of freshly picked this morning magnolia flowers. I've de-stemmed them, so it's just the petals left. Now what we want to do is going to bunch them up. I just want to slice through. And we're not going to like finely chop these, we're just going to chop them into big old bits because we're going to get my volunteers to try this as well on our forage for knowledge walks. So you know, the goose grass, the salt and pepper goose grass went down very well, but they agreed with me that there was something missing in the tonic, and I think we came to the conclusion that it needed more lemon and more lime. So the next time I try that, I'm going to get a couple of fresh lemons and fresh limes and chuck them in there as well. So we've got our petals like this. I just want to check on our solution here. There we go. Now we've got our little bit of solution here, but what I am going to do, just a little tiny bit of black pepper and a little tiny bit of chili, like so. Now what I want to do in our clean sterilised jar, just want to get this poured in here like so. And then we want to start putting these magnolia leaves in a bit at a time, and then push them down until they've been coated. Go. I am going to save a bit of this so I can try it raw. Apparently it's meant to taste like a young ginger plant, but not so strong. Now, there's another recipe that I'm going to try. I'm not going to be able to give it to the volunteers just because of what it is. It would have to be a day that I cook it, especially while we're there on a session. So we'll just have to wait till we get a fire pit and the other bits and pieces. But it is deep fried magnolia petals. So I'd make up a batter. And deep fry and place the petals in a batter and deep fry them and see if that makes them taste any better. The volunteers tried these today and they weren't a fan of them raw, so I'm hoping by pickling them might be a bit more accepting of magnolia flowers. Oh, I forgot to save a bit, didn't I? Save that big bit just there. Right, we'll put that there. That's the bit I'm going to have. So we've had our bit of salt already in there. We've got the sugar in there. Right. Now we just want a little bit of water, because this cider vinegar is rather strong. Just want to thin that out a little bit. There we go. That's taken some of the strength out of that vinegar, and that's looking quite nice in there now. There we go. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to put that in that jar. Look at that, a nice bit of pickled magnolia. And we're going to put that in the cupboard. And we're going to leave that for a little while. Let's put it in that cupboard there. Like that. So we're going to leave that for a little while. And then we'll come back and taste that when it's pickled. Have a little bit of a clean up quickly. So, raw magnolia, chopped even, not just raw but chopped as well. We're going to try this. And what I've read is right. It is like a mild ginger. There's a little bit of something there, but it also has the flowery taste as well, like floral. I'm going to say I'm not a fan of it raw. Let's try one more bit just to make sure. I always give something another go. See the pink and the white. It's a floral taste with a bit of, sorry about that, door opened. A floral taste with a bit of a kick, like a little fiery kick on the end, like aftertaste. That is a little bit like ginger. So it is okay, but I wouldn't go out my way to eat it as it is. We'll come back in a few hours and we'll try it when it's been soaked in the pickle for a bit. See that well. So we left it quite a few hours now, and it's time to taste the pickled magnolias. Definitely cider vinegar is a bit strong. Rice vinegar I think will be better. go. Where's the camera? There. If you guys can see. There you go. Now they taste a bit like, sorry, I'm leaning. That's it, I'm leaning there, that's better. That tastes a bit like pickled red cabbage. But right on the back of it, it's got a little gingery kick. A little bit of spice in there from that, I think a little bit of chilli I put in. But you can definitely taste the ginger. And then the little bit of spice. I think white wine vinegar or rice vinegar would have been a better choice, but cider vinegar is what I had. It was either that or distilled malt vinegar, which would have overpowered it. And this is nice. I quite like the apple cider vinegar side of it. Now I'm going to give this a little shake up. I'm going to put it in the cupboard for a little while, and I'm going to take it and get my volunteers on the Forage for Knowledge walks to try it. They've already tried raw magnolias and the tonic that we made as well, the goosegrass or cleaver's tonic. They also, the byproduct of that tonic was the goosegrass leaves that are blanched in the boiling water, and I put some garlic salt, some salt and some pepper. That went down a treat. They loved them. I even had one lady said that she tried it before and it was not as good as what I'd made. So it's hit and miss with this stuff, I think. Until I find the right recipes for it, it's going to be hit and miss. I'm going to go back to where I got these from and knock on the lady's door and ask if I can take some more. And I'm going to try a recipe for deep fried magnolias. The recipe says to make up a batter, dip them in the batter, just a basic batter mix, and then deep fry them. Taking care not to drop the leaves in the batter, otherwise you won't get them back out whole. Not the leaves, my mind's everywhere today. The petals, taking care not to drop the petals in the batter, but to make sure that they're covered, and then drop them in deep in hot oil. So deep fried magnolia leaves is going to be one that I'm going to try. I've also got a recipe which I need to try for a magnolia cream cake. So plenty to try. I'm going to tweak the recipe for the tonic. I'm going to try the cake recipe, but I think I'm going to have to tweak that because it doesn't seem like there's enough. But I'll find out when I try it. And when I've tweaked these recipes, they're going to be added to the foraging cookbook that's coming soon. It's not just about food, it's about drink, it's about laundry detergents, it's about horsefly bite, salve. There is a lot of stuff in it. So it's not just a recipe book for food, it is a recipe book for foraged ingredients to be used. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media, Facebook and Instagram, just to see what volunteer activities we're getting up with. We're going to carry on with the forage for knowledge, wellness walks, mindful walks, where we walk at a relaxed pace and maybe learn something, and basically just release some stress so our mental health can recover from everything going on. We're also looking at getting into some community garden projects, getting people outside into the gardens and growing their own food, their own plants. I'm also going to be looking at woodland maintenance projects, maintaining woodland so it's accessible for everybody. Again, to help people get outside and help with people's mental health, because I cannot stress enough how helpful getting outside has been for me with my mental health. At the start of everything that was going on and everything that was been going on in my life from years and years ago, I finally figured out that getting outside, just walking in the woods or walking in a big open space with people or on my own. Sorry, I thought I had a bit of a cleavage there, it's not, it's the hair. Yeah, so yeah, getting outside in the green spaces and the woodland has helped my mental health to no end. I have had a couple of times when I just couldn't figure out what was wrong and being in the woodland didn't help. But 90% of the time, 95% of the time, just being out in nature, walking around has helped my mental health. So we're going to have when the cabin's finished, which is not going to be for a while, we will have a little chat, a live chat, and where I will go through a lot of stuff, get stuff off my chest, stuff that's been bugging me for years, stuff that I've not told people for years, with the exception of my foraging group. I've opened up to them so that they can see that I'm not just all talk. I have been through a whole lot of stuff in my life, and I can relate to stuff they're going through, even if just a small part. That is not a cleavage, is it? No, it's my... Yeah, it's my hair. Sorry about this, I shouldn't wear these tops and stand there like that. That's it, stand like that, that's better. I keep thinking I've got the cleavage, but yeah, no, I can't do that. I can't do the Terry Crews shake. So, Pickled Magnolia is getting a thumbs up from me. It's quite nice. It'd be a good side dish for a rice dish, maybe on the side of a curry. I think that would be quite nice. Raw magnolias, not a fan. I mean, there is the little taste of ginger which I like, but I could go without eating them if I'm honest. But I'm going to try them fried. I'm going to try them in a cake and make some recipes and add them to the recipe book. So, but pickled magnolias definitely getting a thumbs up from me. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit the like button, and leave us a comment below. Even if you're saying just hi Craig, just leave us a comment. It helps with the algorithm. Stay safe. I'll see you later, and communitize.